Alright guys, we're back on the build of the 61 Pontiac Ventura, and like I promised you on the last episode, we're going to talk about the wheels and tires. It's a very interesting setup with their wheels and tires. I really enjoyed putting these together, which is something I haven't said a lot about wheels and tires before because they're usually very simple. But we're going to go over what it takes to put them together and also show you something on the instructions which is extremely wrong and will lead you down the wrong path if you start putting one of these together. So this is the finished assembly for the wheels and tires, and we're going to go over what it takes to get here from here, as these are all of the pieces that are going to be required, not including the wheel backs, which are going to be installed on the car first, and then we're going to go and glue the wheels to them. This model does not have rolling wheels, which is something that we got to point out. So you'll be building a very static model by the time it's done, but believe me, it's an amazing work of art. So I'm going to move to my more traditional view here, and we're going to go over exactly what it takes to make these wheels and tires. Now guys, I don't know if somebody over at Moebius is a real big fan of Pontiac or of the Ventura or of old 1960s GM wheels, but these parts here are exactly what's involved in putting together the real wheel of a lot of the 1960s era GM cars, specifically the Pontiacs, which made it really interesting for me because I got to see exactly how these wheels went together, and I learned something new along the way. So we have our rim here, our barrel, the main part of the wheel. We have our center part of the hub here that the wheel bolts to on the real car. We have a chrome trim ring which sits inside there, just a little bit of a cosmetic dress up. And then we have our hubcap. You guys can see that little tiny thing. I don't want to risk dropping it in because I dropped the first one and it took me a while to find it, which sits right on top of our hub. Now, I'm going to show you guys a picture of a real wheel and of the parts that this wheel that you need to make this wheel come together on the real car, and you're going to see how similar it is to what's in the model, which is something which I'm really impressed with as far as Moebius and the way they got this model together, because so far it's been extremely accurate. So if you take a look here, it is a multi-piece wheel just like in the kit. All 4 pieces are represented just like in the kit. And when they come together, they end up looking like this. And this is the wheel off my buddy Vinny's car, which really has an interesting look. So why don't we get back to the model here, and I'll show you guys exactly what it takes to put this together. Alright, now there is a huge flaw in the instructions, which is something that unless you decide to go ahead and do some research on the wheel, you will spend a little while scratching your head trying to figure out how this thing goes together. I'm going to show you a picture of the wheel instructions here. Now, if you take a look, it shows everything going together in one direction, and it shows you installing the hub from the outside of the rim. And by the outside, I mean where the bolts are. This is an 8-lug wheel, and the lug nuts, not bolts, the lug nuts that hold the wheel to the car or hold the wheel to the hub are on the outside of the rim. Let me give you a good look at this here. You see that? You see the eight lug nuts that are molded to this part here? Now those 8 lug nuts, you see the 8 circles that are on the hub here? That has to be lined up with those lug nuts. Now the instructions are showing everything going together this way, with the wheel in the front, with the hub in the front of the wheel. which is completely and totally wrong, because this will never work and you'll never get the wheel together. So if you're following the instructions, just know that this is wrong. The hub actually has to enter the wheel from the back. And you just have to make sure that you space all the little circles that are engraved into the hub behind the lug bolts. See what I'm saying there? Okay, you see all the little round circles there? You just have to make sure you line them up with the lug bolts to get the wheel glued into the right position. So if you try to follow the instructions on how to put this together, again, you will be scratching your head trying to figure out, why isn't this working? So we're going to glue this together now. I just started using this Revell Contacta Professional. I don't think this is CA glue. I'm not really sure what it is, but this applicator is perfect for getting into tight spaces. But you'll have to be careful because it will drip on you as you're applying the glue. And it does seem to dry very quickly, this Contacta cement. Okay, so now, like I said, we have to line up our hub with the lug bolts. Make sure we get that all lined up properly, and then we'll just press our hub right into the wheel. And there we go, guys. That is pretty much all it takes to get the main part of the wheel and hub assembly together. You just have to make sure that you go in from the rear and line up the circular marks with the lug nuts so that the wheel is all in the proper order. Now, the next step is you're going to be inserting your chrome trim ring into the wheel. That's going to be a very, very tight fit. You're not even going to need to glue that in because that'll be a friction fit. That'll hold itself together beautifully. And you just give it a little snug down till it's fully seated within the rim. And there you go. Your wheel is now pretty much all together. Now, the final step is to include the hubcap. Now, what I found is that the opening for the hubcap is a little small, so you have to ream it out a little bit with your hobby knife so that the pin on the back will seat fully within the wheel and sit flush with the head of flush with the hub. Now we're going to put a little Contacta cement there. Again, this stuff works really well. The applicator gives you really precision application of the cement. Like I said, I'm not really sure if it's as fast, dries as fast as CA glue, but we're gonna let this sit and set up for a bit before we put it in the tire. And here we have the completed wheel assembly. Now, while I left the chrome trim ring in its full chrome beauty from the kit, the hubcap I did hit with a semi-gloss coat, tester semi-gloss, so that I could knock down the chrome on that a little bit. As all the pictures I saw, they looked more of almost like an aluminum finish more than a chrome. So I thought that more replicated the original than leaving it at full chrome brilliance. I then used my Gundam marker to fill in the black ring, as in the wheels that I saw, that ring is painted in black right there on the center of the hubcap. So got that in there just to fill out those details. Now the wheel back, you have some slight detail here for the drum brakes, and the wheel back just kind of sits in there once you put it on the car. And that's all it takes to assemble the wheel on this car. Now we're going to go through the process of putting a little bit of wear on the tires to give them a little more of a realistic look. As you can see here, there is a bit of a seam there from the mold. Not much of one, but it is there. It is noticeable. So unless you want a car that looks like it just rolled off the assembly line, you're going to have a little bit of scuffing on your tread area. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really easy. I like to use my hand drill. This is a, what does this say? 12mm socket. And what I do is I just install my tire on the socket and grab a piece of sandpaper as coarse as you can get, and then just spin the wheel. Now it is going to make some heat because that's getting really toasty on my finger there. But as you can see, it is putting wear on the tire, which just totally just brings a little more life to it. And there we have a much more realistic looking tire. So that's it, guys. That's all it takes to put together the wheels and tires for this kit. I'm going to install the tire, which is basically just pressing it into the wheel. I mean, these tires are fantastic with this pad printed white wall on it. I mean, they look great. And they're really soft. So basically, you're just going to push the wheel through and you are done. And then we're going to move on to the next step, which is we're going to be preparing the body for paint. As I think I finished off most of what the car needs as far as major assemblies. And we're going to be preparing the body for paint, because now that we know everything fits in it, we're going to do a test fit of the windows, because I've heard that the windows on this kit are a little bit of a pain. But that's going to be it, I think, for this video. This was just a quick one. I just wanted to show you guys what's going on with the wheels and tires, and point out that one big flaw in the instructions, or not one big flaw, but another flaw in the instructions, so that you guys don't make the same mistake I almost made if you're building this kit. Alright guys, I'm going to let it go with this one, and I will see you on the next one.